I was always taught the more streams of income you have, the more financially healthy you are. Now, I luckily, I remember the Great Recession. I was, between my wife and I, we owned a hair salon. She also cut hair. I was wholesaling houses. We have rental properties, right? So just right there, that's four sources of income, right? If you just have a job and your industry, something happens within your industry, that job is gone. So who's in a healthier financial situation, right? The one with more streams of income. So that's limiting. So uh, let's jump into self-employed. So your income source, you're working for yourself. You may be a freelancer, consultant, small business owner. You value control, right? You if you want to take the day off, you can, right? You do have more flexibility in your schedule, but you also work 24/7. Um, Now, that's, which is a good thing, the flexibility of operating the property. But on the other side of it, your income's tied to your effort. It's what you do. You eat what you kill, right? So if you're not writing offers or you're not selling or you're not maintaining customer service, um, that will show in your business. So um, let's switch over to the mindset of a business owner. So you generate income through systems and employees. The business can operate independently of your direct involvement. Your mindset and your thoughts are focused around building the systems that we talked about. You're also now delegating responsibility to employees or others, right? Which is a big hurdle when you're an employee or a small business owner, right? You're just like, hey, if I want it done right, I'll do it myself. So that is a common thing that people are hard. It's hard to part with. I remember even just with an assistant. I remember before I had an assistant, I would just be like, why am I just having someone schedule my calendar and setting up appointments and scheduling meetings and whatever it is, conferences, Zoom calls. I'm like, it takes 2 seconds. I can just do it myself. But once I cut that off and just forwarded, well, the first part was trusting someone to do it right, right? That's the hard part. You got to train them, right? They will make mistakes. No one's ever going to do it as good as you, is how you think about it, right? But if they can they could do it at least 60% of what your capability is on that task. And also, I've learned that people are better than me at lots of things. So you got to have a little trust there first, and then you got to delegate that out. And that's what big business owners do. They're building the systems, they're hiring employees, and they're delegating these efforts. So the outcomes that they're receiving are no longer just on your efforts as a small business owner. So you can grow your company. You always hear that word scale, right? Scaling your company. And once again, your efforts are based on multiple people versus just yours. But you do have to be a good leader. You do have to have some management skills, and be able to have the initial resources and money to set these systems up, right? Like we have CRMs and just all the softwares that you have that everyone uses to operate and function. So there's some costs there, but it's just part of the business. So next, we're going to hit investors. So we earn money through investments such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and other assets. We're always seeking financial freedom, making how to make our money that we have work for us. And that's another huge thing with real estate investing. A partner and I, we have, you may hear me talk about it in other shows. There's one sixplex that we have. I mean, man, this thing just pumps out cash. We have a very low interest rate, a low mortgage. So it's a lot of cash flow. It's very well maintained. We rarely have any problems, knock on wood. And every year, we sometimes twice a year, just depends, we pull money out, right? Take our dividends on that.